Hello, it's Chef Janie Pendleton, and we're back because today I want to show you how to make my chicken salad. This is really good, and what I'm going to be using here is I'm going to be using some Hellmann's real mayo. You can use whatever brand you like or whatever salad dressing you like, but that's what I'm using. I like to use the real mayo, and you can use light dressing, that's fine. Okay, and then here I've got my homemade sweet pickle relish, my hot dog hamburger relish. And that recipe I'm going to put right there, okay? Just look for that recipe right there. And then here, I've got my home canned chicken breast, okay? And I'm going to put that recipe right there, okay? Just right there, we're going to put that recipe. Okay, we're just going to dump that out. Make sure you get all the pieces out there. Reusable glass jar. There's no trash waste there other than the lid. And I can reuse the lids for vacuum sealing, okay? So waste not, want not. You just kind of want to go through here and you just kind of want to separate. Make sure your hands are clean. You can use a glove if you want to. Okay, just kind of separate that out just a little bit. Now this is low salt. If you remember, I didn't put much salt in this batch. I'm going to use a regular tablespoon here. And you want some of the juice in here. And we're just going to put 2 heaping tablespoons and then 1 teaspoon, or I should say 1 tablespoon almost. We'll have to get a little bit more. There we go, of the pickle juice. And then tomorrow for lunch I'm having some brats on the grill because it's almost spring and we're having great weather. The last snow just melted and we are ready. Now, just a little tidbit here on your celery. Go ahead and plant this in some water and get some roots growing on this. And you can see where it's already growing here in the middle. Cut this down, let it grow in the middle here, and you can grow yourself some more celery. It won't put off a lot of stalks, but hey, it's enough to eat a meal or two, and that's what counts, isn't it? Just as long as you get rid of this outside stuff and let the inside part grow, it will be fine. Okay, now, I'm just going to kind of give that a little bit of a toss here, just a little toss. It's up to you. You can add whatever cheese you like, but I like just a mild cheddar cheese, and I'm just going to sprinkle in just a little bit. Not that much, just a little bit. I don't like that much. Eggs are on the boil. We are going to put 3 cut up boiled eggs in this. And I've just got part of a red onion here. Look at this. The red onion's growing in the center. You see that? That's kind of cool. And I'm not going to add a lot. Usually I have some that are already pre-chopped from my food processor. Like I said, I'm not adding a lot. You can add whatever you like as far as the onions go. Pretty fine chop here. Like I said, I like a really fine chop. Good. I'm just going to give that a stir, and you can add as much onion as you like. You can add a sweet onion, a white, yellow. It doesn't matter. I can have red onion, so they don't. Next, we're putting in a little bit of celery. To get a little bit of that leafiness in there, that's fine. What I like to do is take my knife and kind of come down in the end like this. Kind of pre-chop it, pre-chop the end like that a few times, and then watch this, cut really thin slices, and look at that. Isn't that neat? Okay, and just put a couple tablespoons of celery in there, that's fine. Like I said, I don't like my celery really large in chicken salad, so that's why I do it that way. And that saves time on chopping. Again, we're going to give that a turn, see how that looks. Chicken itself, you want to taste it. Not too salty. So I'm just adding just a little bit of salt. You see that? Just a little pinch of salt. And I just used regular sea salt here. And then the pepper. However much you like. And again, just give that a flip. Now we're going to let this rest for a minute. Just like this. We're going to cover it with a towel. Let it rest while our eggs are boiling. Because we don't want to put eggs in here too hot, and we want to cool them down with a little bit of ice water. To boil your eggs, it's very simple. You boil them, you put them in cold water, room temperature eggs, room temperature water. Cold eggs go in cold water. Make sure your eggs are at least a week old before you boil eggs, or else, unless you're chopping them, and then it doesn't matter what the outside looks like. But if you want a nice smooth egg for deviled eggs, or the eggs are going to be presented, be sure and make sure they're a little older. Fresh eggs are harder to peel, no matter what you do to them. But to keep them from having that green looking around the yolk, you don't want to overcook them. So 10 to 12 minutes at the most in boiling water, starting from a cool egg, cool water. And then you pull it off the heat and let that sit for about 5-10 minutes off the heat. So that's about 20 minutes. And then you want to dip it down into cold ice water, okay? You don't want them to cool down too much in their own water, but that will make sure that you don't have that green yolk. And that's how I do it, and it's always worked for me. Well, not always. I mean, I had to learn the hard way. Okay, so now we're just going to let those flavors meld together, and we're just going to cover this up, and we will be right back. You're also going to want some lettuce for your sandwich as well, okay? Now I'm going to clean this up, and we'll be right back. Okay, while our eggs are cooling in the ice water bath, now I'm just going to add a little bit of this parsley, just a little bit. And you can bypass that step. I'm just adding it for some color. Oh, about 1/4 teaspoon. And you've already got the celery and the red onion in there, so it has some color. Now, things that you can add at this point to your chicken salad before you add the mayo. You can top this, like I said, with the lettuce or shredded coleslaw, which I really like the shredded coleslaw. You can add some sunflower seeds, just a few sunflower seeds to this to add a little bit more protein and some nice healthy vitamins to this and to give it some more crunch. Here I've got some trail mix of some cranberries and almonds and sunflower seeds and raisins. You can add that. You can go for a really fresh on the romaine lettuce boat type or endive. You can use some endive and wash it really well, make little boats, or you can put this on toasted bread. And I like it either way. If you're really going healthy, just put this on the endive leaves, a little boat of leaves. And like I said, this is low sodium because I made this chicken myself. And it's low sugar because I made the relish myself. So other things you can add to this would be grapes. You can slice some grapes. We could put in some black olives. That's really good. And you could put in some crumbled feta or mozzarella cheese and have more of a Greek type salad over some lettuce, over some romaine lettuce or something, you know, a nice leafy salad. Remember, spring is the time of year you can go out to the cold house and you can pick your salad greens. And you can even eat dandelion leaves, like I said, endive. There's all kinds of things if you have a cold hardy lettuce cold house, which I don't have this year. We lost everything in the greenhouses and stuff due to -30, -40 degree temperatures this year. But our Siberian Husky was happy, so that's what counts. She digs things up too, and the rabbits ate a lot of things, so it was a winter for loss, that's for sure. So what we're gonna do here next is I've decided I am gonna add a few sunflower seeds, and these are just vacuum sealed. Just gonna add a few, not a lot. Like I said, these are just some things you can add. And I think I'm going to add a few cran raisins. A few white raisins. If you want to add some almonds, that's fine. Just chop them up. We'll add that in. You can add walnuts to this or chopped pecans. Watch your fingers. I just happen to have almonds. And as long as you chop them really fine. There you go, just add those. Give this a toss. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our mayo. Now this is however fattening you like it. Get whatever you like. You can get the light, whatever. I don't like mine that fattening, so I'm just going to add just a little bit of the mayo. I'm not going to add that much. I want to look good in my bathing suit this summer, so we're not going to put that much in there. We're all kind of dieting for the spring. Just enough to kind of wet it down a little bit. Remember, we're going to add the eggs to this, so that's going to add another texture and another flavor. And I wish I had some endive with me. I might just put this on a bed of lettuce for me. See, it doesn't take much. It doesn't have to be... Okay, now we've let it sit for about 1 to 2 minutes in the ice water. See? You just move this out of your way. Put to hit it just a little bit harder than I'm hitting it. Okay, just give it just a really soft roll like this after just kind of knocking it around like this. So maybe you can see it better here. Knocking around like that. Give it a roll like that. Dip it back in the cold water. Let some of that water get in underneath that skin. And then just peel. And the best way to peel an egg is under cold running water. There we go. Now look at that. See? See? Perfect. 3 perfectly boiled eggs. Not a flaw on them. Perfect. Now, use gluten-free bread, whatever you like. See? I take a little bit of the butter flavored Crisco spray. Boy, this really makes it tasty right here by doing this. This is 0 calories. It's a good way to make it taste good. Okay. And you can either slice up the eggs and put it on top of here with the lettuce. Put it on a bed of lettuce just like this. Just like that. And take it, go. And decorate it up here just a little bit with the egg slices. There you go. No, for a diet, I mean, how delicious is that right there? Doesn't that look delicious? Or you can shred some lettuce up right here, just like this. And we can make a sandwich of it. And you can even add some chopped up egg. To the mix here. And we just make sure we get some of that egg, so I didn't put a whole lot of egg in there. There you go. Put some raisins in there with that. My husband likes the eggs, so I'm going to kind of pick out the extra eggs here for him. Put plenty on there. Don't be stingy. This is good stuff right here. There we go. Bit of lettuce here. Stay on little lettuce. Top that off right there. Okay, and we're just going to take and a little bit of cottage cheese here. Not touching the bread. There we go. Cottage cheese on this one as well. I like cottage cheese. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Okay, yep. Normally I have the decorative sticks there. But here you have it. Okay. You got my chicken salad and over white bread. You can use wheat bread. You can use whatever toast you like. Add a little bit of coleslaw or maybe some grapes and make this more of a tropical type chicken salad. And a little cottage cheese. It's a nice lunch. And then or here where we have a little bit of the cottage cheese with cracked black pepper and we have it on a bed of lettuce. And like I said, if I had some endive or some romaine lettuce, I would have put it like in a little boat. And that would have made it for a really great presentation. So, okay. So this is just my quick and easy, light lunch for my husband and I. And this is gonna be mine, this is gonna be his, and we're gonna be fit and ready to go this summer. Guaranteed, okay? This is Chef Janie Pendleton. Thank you for joining us and be sure and subscribe. Blessings.